Okay, so basically in this video, I know I look really gross right now. Basically what I want to talk about in this video is how basically a couple of days ago went for me. Basically I was at work and I kind of had this like anxiety attack. I don't really know what to call it, but I just had this freak. I call all these moments like freak moments. So I was at work and I work in, anyone who knows me knows that I work in a restaurant. I'm just waitressing, sometimes cooking, but mainly just for myself. And at my job, I have a really good job. All the people I work with, we are like so tight. We're all friends. We all like each other. My boss, she's amazing. She's like really cool and stuff. And having this as a first job is just amazing. But anyways, I've been working like a freaking dog. I've been working a lot just because I want to get money, and I'm starting to realize that I can't work this much. It's bad for my health. I've been in so much physical pain. It's bad for my mental health. I've just been so depressed, just feel like crap basically. And so on Tuesday I worked 12 hours and 30 minutes. On Wednesday I worked 9 hours. On Thursday, I worked 7 hours, and on Friday, I worked 7 hours. Those are 4 days. My usual schedule is 4 days a week, and for those 4 days, I work 7 hours each of those days. So, and because I had this extra schedule of working more is because one of my closest workers, me and him are like really good friends. So he's kind of been on the verge of being fired, and he actually did get fired yesterday. He was kind of like, oh, I need you to take over my job while his sister was in the hospital. So I take over his job just so that I wouldn't cause any drama in the work. So I was just like, I'll take over your job just so that the boss doesn't have to find someone else to take it. So I was just like, it's okay, I got it, it's cool. And he was just like, you know, I just thought that like one day if I want to go to a party and stuff, he can take over my shift and stuff like that. So I did that, and after the rave I was just so exhausted, but I still I did those 4 days. And for me, I know it doesn't sound like a long workload, but for me it was like freaking hell, because working as a waitress, you're just standing up for those hours. You barely sit down. Of course I had an hour break for the first day where I worked 12 hours, but still, you know. And I was just freaking exhausted. And then I looked at the schedule on Friday, which was my last day of working this week, and then I start working next week, and I thought, oh, my schedule will go back to those 4 days a week for 7 hours each of those days. No. I looked at the schedule, and my colleague who I was taking over his shift, he wasn't for the next week's schedule. So that means he's probably fired. And I was like, oh, okay, he's not in that. I feel sorry, but I know that he's not going to care about it because he has another job. And I was like, who's going to take over his shifts? My name was put on every one of his shifts. He didn't put my name there. Obviously, the boss did, but I think she did it just to kind of like fill in the blanks quickly. You know, she didn't really ask or anything, or I think it was just kind of like a misunderstanding. But at that moment, I looked at the schedule when the whole area was full, like the whole restaurant was full. So I looked at the schedule and I see that I have to work 6 days of next week and 7 shifts. So for example, Monday I work until from 10 to 7, Tuesday I work 12 hours, Wednesday I work 9 hours, Thursday I work 7 hours, Friday I work 7 hours, and Saturday I work 7 hours. And I was just like, I can't fucking do this. I can do this for maybe 1 week and then normal, and then I saw the next week's schedule, the same fucking schedule, and I was like, I cannot take this. And obviously I'm just pitying myself while I'm reading through the schedule, and there's tons of people at work, and I just look at the schedule, fucking close it. My heart is beating because I'm like, I can't fucking take this. Like, I'm gonna fucking quit this job right now. I can't do this. Like, I can't work like a dog. I can't. And I started crying because I was like, I care more about my emotional health and my mental health, like, than the money I make. Because when I told that to my other coworker who's really good friends with me, he was just like, he tried to cheer me up and was like, come on, think of all the money you're gonna make. And in my head, I was just like, I don't fucking care about the money. I can survive without fucking money. I don't need money. So I just went to the back room. I was crying. I went to the bathroom. I was crying. And I realized I have to fucking get out of this environment right now. So I just like ran outside past all my workers, and they were kind of just like, what the fuck is going on? And I just went around the corner to my smoking spot, and I just fucking bursted out crying. My heart was beating so fast. I felt like I couldn't see. Maybe it was just because it was bright. I was like, you know when you like are crying and you're like like that. I was crying like that, and I'm freaking out, and I'm like, I get my phone, I like try to call my friend, and I'm just basically freaking out. And I'm just like, I can't fucking do this with my life. I started thinking about my life, and I was like, I'm not gonna do anything with my life. I'm gonna fucking die being a loser. I'm gonna be in this industry forever. I'm gonna like do this for the rest of my life. I'm not even gonna get enough money. I'm gonna fucking die. And I was just like, I can't fucking do this. Like, I can't fucking do anything right now. I just fucking collapsed on the side of the road where I was, where I have my smoke breaks. I just fucking, half laid down, half sat up. I just called my friend, and I was just like bitching. I was just like, oh my god, I can't fucking do this. I'm crying, and he's just like trying to calm me down. He's just like, he worked like 5 minutes away from me. He's like, do you want me to come get you? And I'm like, no, it's okay, it's okay. And I'm just freaking out for like a legit like 15 minute, not 15 minutes, but like, you know, I need 15 minutes to like calm down. But it was only like maybe like 5 minutes, but for me it felt like ages. And you know, obviously I just wanted to call Rowie, like my best friend, and I just wanted to call Abby, my best friend, and I just couldn't because they're all overseas. And Taiwan, I have to make a video about Taiwan because Taiwanese people are the best people in the universe. They are, every single time I've cried in public, someone has come up to me and given me a tissue. This woman, she comes up to me, like, walking past the road, and she gives me a tissue, and she asks me, like, do you want water? And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And she's like, okay, and she, like, leaves me alone, and other people have done that too. And I've never cried in public without someone offering me some tissues. And then Taiwan is seriously the best country. I have to make a video about this country because I love this country. Anyways, I'm crying, and that happened. When she did that, honestly, I felt better. Like, people don't understand how some little small gesture can make you feel so much better. And I felt so much better, and I calmed down. I stayed there even longer, even though I knew I was calm. I just wanted to make sure I was okay. I went back to work. My coworkers kind of knew what was going on, and they were like, are you okay? And just like kind of like leaving me alone, giving me the distance. And then I look at it's still full of people. I open the schedule again, I look at it, and I need to confirm that my boss was actually making me do this. I started crying. Went to the back room, started crying. Went out, looked at the schedule again, and started crying. I know this is funny right now, but it was like at the moment I was just like, I can't fucking do this. After calming down after 2 hours, I realized how I was just over exaggerating. I was like, all I had to do was text my boss and be like, hey, I want to move back to my normal schedule, because I'm not inclined to work. It's not like I was forced to work those 7 shifts in 6 days, you know. It wasn't like that. So all I did was message her. She was like, fine, sure, we'll sort this out. The next day we sorted it out. I got back to my 4 shifts, you know, and it was so simple like that. And I felt so much better, you know. I hung out with my friend afterwards, but like at that moment I was so irrational. I'm such an irrational person. I was so irrational. I was like telling my coworkers, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking leave this job right now. And I told them, I was tempted that when I left the restaurant I wasn't gonna come back. I wasn't even gonna come back for my things because I was too fucking embarrassed. But I was so irrational at the moment, and when I became rational again, I realized how our irrational thoughts can seriously change something so big in our life. Imagine if I just quit that job. I wouldn't have money, I wouldn't have my road trips that I've been planning, I wouldn't be able to get my license, I wouldn't be able to get all the things that I want. It's like money for me is not a big issue, but having money and suddenly not having money is just kind of like weird, because I have so many plans to do with those money. I want to go travel and stuff like that, and just like how many things would be taken away just because I wouldn't be earning that amount of money. How boring my life would be if I just stayed at home and stuff. I would do the Tumblr quote of the day, but I'm literally running out of battery. That's why I've been talking so fast. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a lovely day. You guys are my sunflowers, and I love you all. And I actually want to get tattoos of sunflowers, because anyone who knows me, I'm gonna make a whole video about sunflowers. I have so many video ideas right now. But okay, bye.